kind of freaking out. I don't know what I'm gonna do my video about today. I'm completely out of ideas. I don't know what. Oh, actually, what is this? Hey, just in time. It's a comment on a video I made yesterday called "Receding Hairline Already Getting Eager to Cut It Shorter," talking about how we've decided, kind of almost last minute, we're going to get some family pictures made next weekend. And because I'm kind of eager to get my hair cut shorter. But should I, is what the video is about. And Maxwell Smart said this, quote, "I think you should keep the style, but just have it cleaned up. It's been a milestone in your hair journey, so why not let that milestone hold up in a family portrait? I like the way it looks in the video, a very good hair day. By the way, did you have more to say? Because the video stops mid-sentence, mid-thought," end quote. Thanks for asking, and I appreciate this comment. This is good for me. It's that confirmation. It's funny because we influence each other with this channel. We do. You know, my whole thing is I'm not here to change anyone's beliefs. I'm just here to talk about this, and just like in real life, I mean, that's how it works. You don't convince anyone of their beliefs by yelling at them, arguing at them, holding up a sign, protesting. To me, that's not how opinions are formed. It's more of a casual, unedited, raw conversation that takes place over time amongst people. And I see how we influence each other. And so it's funny, just this little comment. Max, you took the time to say this comment, but it lines up with what my wife and I were already saying last night. She's like, well, maybe you could just get it cleaned up, if anything. And then I got this comment. So yeah, maybe that is what I'll do. Just get it cleaned up, because this is, like you say, I mean, this is a milestone in my hair journey, and it makes sense to keep it for the portrait there. So, and plus probably for what, $5 I could get them to just clean up the number 3 there on the side. So and yeah, the good hair day, I noticed that too. And here's what it has to do with, because I tried to mimic that today. It has to do with, I made sure my hair was almost completely dry before I put the pomade in, whereas before it was wetter. So that's something I'm trying to mimic there. And you're asking me, did it stop mid-sentence? Or why did it? And that's because I got a phone call right at the end of the last sentence of the video. And I thought, there's no need in reshooting this. I said everything I was going to say anyway. So if I get a phone call, I have to start the video over. If I was smarter with smartphones, then I'd know how to change the setting where it doesn't interrupt my videos. Because seriously, anything anyone's going to call and say on the phone, it's probably not important. People text important stuff, they don't call. So but I want to point this out too. This also, here's what this reminds me of, is that, like he's saying, the milestone of my hair journey. It's interesting because I think something this new hairstyle has kind of taught me on the journey is that I see the importance of mixing up your hairstyle. And I think for those of us with receding hairlines, I know some of you guys are watching and you're already at Norwood 5 and 6 and don't have hair, but for those of us who are in this awkward Norwood 3 kind of range where our hairstyles are limited, but we still have hair on top, for those of us, it's kind of awkward at times, because we think, well, let me find that 1 or 2 hairstyles that I definitely can still pull off, you know. And I think that's definitely a theme of my channel. At Norwood 3, what hairstyle can I still pull off? And so this hairstyle was definitely a surprise, because it went over so well, and it wasn't necessarily in the category of hairstyles that I thought would really work for me, but it does. Now granted, if I had a Norwood 1 or 2, it'd look that much better. But this is a way of embracing my age 36 and embracing my Norwood status and still being cool. And so yeah, it's interesting, because you think that you're so limited. I do as a Norwood 3, but I realize, man, this was a gamble that paid off. And so it's funny, because even then, like, because I've had my hairstyles that have worked for me at this I'm trying to think, like, aside from buzzing it off, another one is when I have it 1.5 inches on top and like a number 2 on the sides. That actually looks really good as well. And I know I can do that. And arguably I can do the Jared Kushner one where, like I had it right before this, where it was longer and it may give it a new juvenile appearance, though we all agree that this new hairstyle is more symbolic of who I am. And that is a 36-year-old guy who embraces his hair loss and is not hiding it, but still is a cool guy with style and is still relevant, and not falling off that demographics of coolness. Because, you know, like an American Eagle, they're targeting people from like age 16 to 35. So I'm demographically not cool anymore unless I can prove otherwise. And of course I am still cool, as you all know. So, and if somebody's new to this video, like, is this guy serious? You're going to be asking yourself that a lot if you keep watching these videos. So, but yeah, it's interesting to just mix things up. So what I was saying was, you can have your hairstyle or two that work for you, but it's amazing when you can get to where you find a new hairstyle that works for you. People like it not simply because it works for you, but because it's different. And people notice that as fresh and edgy, you being willing to try something new, and it says a lot about you too. So it's been fun for me. It's been fun for me to have this new hairstyle that everyone likes, that I normally wouldn't have done, but I went out of my comfort zone and just went for it. So it's a gamble that paid off, because it very easily could have not pulled off. But I did ask the girl to cut my hair. I said, look at my hairline. Can we do this hairstyle with this hairline? She's like, no problem. So the takeaway from this video ultimately is this. Even if you feel that you're limited on what you can do on your hairstyle, maybe you've got it narrowed down to that 1 or 2 safe hairstyles that'll work for you. Who knows, there might be a number 3 waiting out there. And just the fact that you do it and it's different adds that coolness factor to begin with. Because it's not just about looking good, it's also about being cool. And we've talked about this before. Style, not just your hairstyle, but your personal style has so much to do with with how the world perceives you. Because remember, this is not about how you see yourself as much as it is almost equally how the rest of the world sees you. In fact, that might be its own video. What matters more, how you see yourself or how everyone else sees you? Man, that's a good idea for a video.